Let's Hunt is a video series with tactics, weapons, locations, and other useful tips, always around one particular animal. Hello everyone! Duck hunting has been upgraded by quite a bit. They have added 3 more species. There's now 4 of them up in the skies of Rougarou Bayou. There's questions around about how can I hunt them, how can I lure them, how can I even know what's up there when they're coming. So I thought I'd make a little video about this. I'm back in the same place as I've showed you before in the other videos. I want to show you my setup with the decoys, and then I want to show you the different species and how to lure them. So first of all, I want to show you the map. This is my little waterfowl blind here, which sits on a little island just in the middle of quite a big body of water. You need a lot of water for the ducks to hunt. Your decoys won't do much if the ducks don't see spaces where they can land. We have the first ones coming. We will talk about them later. I feel there is more ducks in the air now since they've added 3 more species. Sometimes it's quite busy. Now let's go look at the decoys. I had quite a few mallard decoys already before, and how they work is if you place 24 mallard decoys. Are you guys done up there? If you place 24 mallard decoys, they have 100% luring effect on mallards and 50% luring effect on all the other species. So what I have done is I have made 3 places. I have put them into 3 places. In this first place, you can see 24 mallard ducks and 12 blacktail, of course, American black duck decoys. That's what they look like. The black duck is very similar to the mallard, and the decoys look similar as well. The females are almost the same. So in this place right here, 24 mallard decoys and 12 American black duck decoys have 100% effect on both the mallards and the American black ducks, because the mallards are lured by the mallard decoys and the American black ducks are lured by the 24 mallard decoys. Make 50% and the other 50% come from the American black duck decoys. And I have the very same for the other species. Let's run over here. So over here we have the same situation. We have 24 mallard decoys. It's females in this case, but it doesn't really matter. And here in the middle, you can see these are gadwall decoys. So over here we have the same effect again, 100% on both the mallards and the gadwalls. And also, by the way, with all of these setups, we have an additional 50% of luring effect on the other 2 species because of the 24 mallard decoys. They have an effect of 50% on all the species. And the same goes over here. So here we are. These are the northern pintail. We have 12 of those, 24 mallards up here. And again, over here we have 100% luring effect on mallards and northern pintails, but also 50% on gadwalls and American black ducks. So I hope this makes sense. Overall, I spread them out a bit because every setup has a luring circle of 100 meters. But if you spread them out, you have a bigger area that you cover. You can see I haven't used any collars yet. And we have the first ducks already flying in. It looks like black ducks. So they're coming already. Without me even spamming the collars. So just the decoys have quite an effect. So this is as far as the setup. Again, totally it's 72 mallard decoys. I had them before, I just reused them. And I bought the bundle with 12 northern pintails, 12 gadwalls, 12 American black ducks. Overall, if you add this all up, you have 3 times 100% on the mallards, And you have once 100% on the pintails here, 50% over there, 50% over there. So that's 200% on the pintails, 200% luring effect on gadwalls, 200% on American black ducks. So that's quite an effect here in this area. Plus, like I said, we have the big body of water, which is important for them to land. And sometimes it gets really, really busy. There's a lot of ducks landing. Hopefully we can have this also here in this little demonstration. All right, now let's look at the collars. We have the mallard long-range collar, which we've had before. Then we have the short-range collar. We have the northern pintail long-range collar. Sounds like a ref whistle. And then we have the short-range collar for gadwalls. Now we have ducks coming, and part of this video is supposed to show you how you can know which those are. These are mallards. You can hear quack, quack, quack. They go like this. Some break already. So you see 6 come down, 2 decided to continue, and without even using the short range collar, they will circle here. They don't see me in the blind, so now they circle. If you're clever with the short range, you can make them all stay together, but here you can see they circle, and they will all land because there's so much water here. Oh, there's 2 more coming. So this is nothing out of the ordinary to have so many ducks here landing. And by the way, you cannot tell the gadwalls will fly to the gadwall decoys, the pintails to the pintail decoys. The decoys just lure them down, but once they come down, they will land just somewhere on the water, so they can end up anywhere, but that doesn't really matter. So we have lots of ducks landing now. They usually land over here, and most actually land over here. So here we should see a few. So we see 4 sitting on the water, maybe I missed one. And as we speak, you can hear more come in. To me, it sounds like they all landed. So the 3 that didn't broke afterwards as well, broke afterwards off the flock as well, and came down here. Over here, not too many will land for some reason. I think it's because of this narrow passage, not enough water to land, but they do lure. You've seen the black ducks coming down before already. That is the black duck corner over here. Enough luring effect. So now let's just whistle and see if we can get 1 or 2. They fly away usually. Oh, this was a pintail that had mixed into the group. Yeah, they fly away from the whistle. This is really well done. They fly away from the danger. So you want to shoot them as they come down, as they circle around. You want to lure them towards you. Now listen to the duck that's coming in, if we can see it. You can hear this whistle, like this one. And without even seeing it, I know it's pintails. The northern pintails have a bright body, white body, and dark wings. And if you look at their shape, it's like a Y shape. It looks like their wings are pointed forward, but that's just because of the colors. So if you see this Y shape, if you see the white ducks with the black wings, those are northern pintails. Also, you can tell them apart by the sound that they make. Again, this is the collar. If you hear this sound, it's pintails. Lots of them landing. They all come down. And up there is more pintails. You can clearly tell them apart. Those are northern pintails. And as the pintails are flying away, a little caller 101. The mallard long-range caller is good for all three species, but not the pintail. So you use this one for mallards, American black duck, and the gadwalls. When you hear the pintails, use this caller. So these are the long-range caller. Once the ducks come down and come closer to you, you want to lure them towards you, you can use the short-range caller. We have the mallard short-range caller. And this caller is good for the mallard, the American black duck, and the pintails. Only the gadwall has its own short-range caller, which is this one. So this is the gadwall short-range caller. I'll tell you a little secret. Don't tell anyone. I never really use it because of the setup here. If I have gadwalls coming in, they will come down, they will come towards the decoys. With the long-range callers, I can get them, and then they will land also somewhere on this pond. So I haven't really used the short-range callers for gadwalls, but that's as far as the callers. So let's wait for the next flock. Let's get the caller ready. I usually have the mallard caller ready already, so I can spam it once they come in. And when the next flock comes, we'll talk about that. And here we are with mallards, if you ask me. Yes. It's quite a big flock, actually. Let's not call. Let's just see what the decoys do. You can have big flocks flying by with the decoys, with the caller. So that's not an accident or anything. That will happen often. So this is quite a big flock. Almost 20 ducks, I'm not sure. Maybe 15 or so. But you can tell by their sound, they are mallards. Now you hear something new. Listen to these sounds now. These are the gadwalls. You can hear quack, 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 quack. And it reminds me a little bit of Donald Duck when he speaks. So you can tell these are gadwalls. So I could lure them or try to lure them down with the mallard caller. But important here in the video is really for you to know which is which. You can also hear this other sound, which sounds a little bit like something like that, a bit more high-pitched, but these are the two sounds that are very typical for the gadwall. So they have also not come down to the decoys, but like I said, this can happen a lot. And we can hear the whistle of the pintail. And I believe it's a mixture. You can see the dark bird in there, it doesn't fit. To me this sounds like a black duck, but it's clearly different. You have 6 pintails, and then you have the other duck which is trying to confuse us, but we can know it's pintails. It's this color here. Usually when you hear them coming, you have to start calling. You have the best chance if you call a bit more. These were a bit out. They were not lured as well. So we have had 3 flocks that didn't care at all about my fancy setup down here. But like I said, this is very normal. Sometimes you have 3 or 4 flocks almost crossing each other. Then you have empty times again. But that's just normal. I think it's leveled out like that, so you can't shoot hundreds of ducks in an hour. So we've seen the pintails, we've seen the mallards, and we've seen the gadwalls. And at the very first ducks that we saw were black ducks, if I'm not mistaken. But we can go check it out if we pick up the duck that we shot. That is a American black duck. It's a female, and it's interesting. It's got a yellow beak, and if you compare it to the mallard female, the mallard female has a dark beak. So you can see it's an American black duck. So the first 3 ducks that came were American black ducks. We've seen them all, but I would love to show you them as they come in as a flock, so you can also distinguish them from the others. New flock coming in. And I believe it's mallards. You can see the males, they have a white body. So it's like a 50-50 males and females. Those are the mallards. And now I can hear pintails. Or is there just one in there? In disguise. No, there isn't a pintail in there. Somewhere is a new flock coming. Listen to this. I hear gadwalls. Can you tell them apart now? When you hear Donald Duck laughing, it's gadwalls. These are gadwalls. Next flock coming already. It's again gadwalls. One of them is Donald Duck. And he's laughing. Hopefully after this video you will be able to tell who is who. 3 of them have broken off. I cannot use the short range caller from the mallards. I would have to use the one for gadwalls. They circle around. I think they come over here again. Too far away. All right, so we're waiting for the American black duck to come in. We have a new flock coming. Ooh, that's quite a mixture. That is quite a mixture. I see pintails. I believe some are black ducks. These are pintails. No, these are mallards. Quite a mixture, and again, without calling, we have them come down here. So we continue to wait for the black ducks. These look like black ducks. Simply because they're all black. They sound a little bit different to the mallard. Yeah, here we go. So let's try and get a few of those as well. So they pass by. Hopefully you can tell their sound from the mallard. Sounds a bit darker, a bit of lower pitch sound. If anyone has a really good help to distinguish the black ducks from the mallards, please put a comment in below this video so everyone can see it, how you can really tell the black ducks from the mallards just by the sounds. But I think if you play this for a while, you will be able to tell. I'm pretty sure I hear mallards. Over there. And there might actually be some others in there. So now we've seen them all. We have shot probably all of them. I'm not sure if I hit a gad wall yet, but we've seen all the ducks. We've seen the setup. And this was really the purpose of this demonstration. The idea is you can, at the end of this video, you're supposed to know what are gadwalls, what are mallards, what are pintails, and what are black ducks. When you see them come, when you hear them come, I mean, at the end of the day, you will just use the long-range callers, really, no matter what they are. I don't think you will say, oh, I'm going to pass up on the gadwalls. I don't need them today. But at least the pintail has a different long-range caller. You can tell that from the others as well. So hopefully this made sense. Hopefully this was useful. So if you have any comments or questions, please put them below the video. I will respond to questions and also comments and suggestions. I'm always open to anything you might have to add. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, never got annoyed. Thank you very much. Stay in touch.